pretty and sweet.
It's just all the space.
Yeah.
I like.
And you know, every season too, even when it's snowing and cold or raining, it feels like a little snow globe in here. Like you feel.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
amongst the elements,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How was when did you guys go to the flower show?
Oh, I think it was, we went on a Tuesday.
Nice, good.
Yeah, it was crowded, but the spaces are so vast but it's a lot, they expanded the market
Yeah.
to its own level.
Yes.
Where it used to be at one end.
Yes.
So it's a lot to take in a
Yeah.
day.
Every time I'm in there, I'm conscious of the shoes that I'm wearing because it's all concrete floors.
Right.
And so even after being there for a couple of hours, I'm like, I think I need to lie down for a little while.
There should be a nap room
I
somewhere.
know, it's true.
They do have those like little outposts where you can sit. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I'm glad
Yeah,
you
you
guys
wish
had
you
that.
could spend more time, with all the flowers and species than you get to, really.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get through it all,
Yeah.
before your system gives out.
Yep. Because that's very real of what happened.
Yeah, I had some friends who were like volunteering, and they said they had a 4-hour volunteer shift. And they thought they were going to combine that with a free visit to the show.
By the time the shift is done, I'm sure it's like
Yeah, their like legs are like
yeah.
turned into limestone.
Yes.
It's a great thing though.
Yeah. Hi, how are you? I know. I saw that you signed up. Did you coordinate with Kale?
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, she had a workshop, like a writing workshop, and we talked about coming here. So she was like, "I'm exhausted, but let's do it."
Yay.
And I usually have workout on Mondays or on Thursdays. So I'm like, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
I don't do anything but myself.
I know, me either.
I need community.
I know, or someone to tell me what to do.
Well, you're telling on the video.
It's true, but others.
Yes. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so glad.
So do you get a fair number of people who are doing it online?
Yes, there's actually, people usually sign up online and take it afterwards, but all of the classes are on YouTube Live,
Oh,
and those get a lot of repeat rewatches.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
So someone could take the one class they like and just
Over
take
and
it
over and over again. Yep. Well, what happened was this, like most movement studios, after the pandemic, a lot of people moved away, but still want to stay connected to the city. And so Mariel and Eric and the whole team have done such a good job of creating a big online platform. And like even my family in India will tune into the live streams on the off hours, because it's night, they're sleeping right now.
That's pretty big.
So it's
Yeah.
good.
I know, people ask me, I say, oh, I've been taking yoga, that's been amazing. I'll say, oh yeah, I take this women's class in California.
Yeah. Once you find a teacher, I akin it to finding a therapist that you like, where it's
Right.
like you've spent so much
It's the
time
right fit.
picking the right fit.
Yeah.
You kind of want to see where they go.
Right,
learn
stay
from
with
them.
them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, interesting.
And then I discovered something online, and I found you.
Doing what?
Don't worry.
Oh,
I found you on Wednesday night.
yes.
I don't have anything, so I attend
Where it's hard to do so.
Wednesday night. I'm like, I get to teach it in person,
In real life.
in real life, not having to rework my workout.
No.
Because my workouts are with the girls sometimes.
Yeah. Are they online, in person or online?
The girls?
Yeah, the workout classes.
No, we're all on Zoom. Because Shane's in California.
Yeah.
New York and I'm here. And her friend Carly's in Boston.
And now
It's domestically.
You have all corners of the country
all
covered.
corners. But I told you Shane's moving out, right?
No.
Oh, she's gone to NYU for grad school.
Congrats. In what field?
Education.
Nice.
She wants to teach grades like 3 to 5.
Okay.
Because I'm doing, the kid.
Yeah. back? Like semester starts, I assume, in August?
Well, it's interesting. It's all virtual.
Oh,
I know, which pros and cons, right? She wanted to live in Brooklyn
yeah,
and NYU's in Manhattan.
yeah.
So she did that work.
My partner,
Starts
business
June
partner,
3rd,
has a
starts
roof.
really early, and she finishes
They have a
her work
garage in the
like
back of
May
the property.
5th or something.
Oh,
But she could start online, right?
She worked
But
with
she might be
someone
getting up
in
at 5
Holland.
a.m.
right.
Or 8 a.m. So she's like, I'm coming home to my house in Philly. Like, okay. But she has to student teach at the same
It
time.
turned out pretty well.
Packed
You get this
intensive
issue with
year.
summer.
Okay.
That she's done
What do
in
you
a
get
year.
once it's
She also,
going through?
but she, I swear, she must manifest the most goodness in the entire world. She got a teaching job in Brooklyn. And she went to live in Brooklyn. And the fiance
It's a
in Brooklyn.
tricky algorithm.
Really, just from
So you're about to get
California.
really busy, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
Like, restart their lives.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm like, how
Okay.
Did you do that?
no. And I feel like that's just, she was just so sure and so confident about it. So
Do you have a
just
video
like,
online?
this is what I'm doing. It's going to be amazing. And I'm like, I do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy she's gonna be close. That's great. Hmm.
You've done it, that West Coast.
It's tough.
Domestic. Planes.
Distracting.
Hi, honey.
I'm a
How are
deep
you?
person.
Good.
Low space. Feel
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, domestic planes are tough. A friend of mine, Nikki, so much nicer. My friend Nikki just moved back from Mexico City on Saturday.
Why? Why? Why can't she?
Well, he only was there for like a couple months sabbatical, and now he's gonna move to New York. But he said on the international flight, it was supposed to be 5 hours, it ended up being like 3. They were just flying, and you get so many meals on there versus like barely get any meals barely get water from
No.
Philly to
And
California.
everything costs.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, international.
better.
We had that, remember when Newark decided to turn all their like machines off and flights were flying to
Oh
Hawaii?
yes.
Like,
Hi.
Shane was flying to Europe and I was like, oh, you're not going to Newark.
Yes.
So I agreed to go Air Canada. I'm like, I don't care where they go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like Montreal or something.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Hi. How are you? Yeah. Getting out of there was insane. So you feel good? Yay!
I got a frilly.
You had a frilly. Oh my gosh.
I know. I was really shocked.
Okay, that one should be not just in the basement corner.
No. Yeah, no, I don't know what to do with that, but I'll figure it out.
What is the frilly?
It's a special award from, there's like 3 or 4 plant societies.
Yeah.
And they select certain things to give like an extra
Oh,
ribbon to. So it was from the Indoor Plant Society for Stanley.
come on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Had you ever gotten a frilly before?
No. Never.
Wow.
Not expected.
Yay.
So how did you end up doing?
I got 2 first prizes and 1 second.
The second was probably, they were probably already like, balloons were starting to go or something.
Yeah, oh yeah, by the time the 3rd one got judged, it was like crumpled on the floor.
But congrats.
Thank you.
I never found it.
It's okay. It was tucked away.
Oh,
Meaning it took a while, like, where were you guys? Where was your section?
they were all over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had 20 in the show.
I know.
Oh, wow. Do you have to belong to society
No.
to enter
No.
something?
Not at all. I'm not.
I'm not even.
Yeah.
I thought you did.
I'm sure some people are, but that's not a requirement to get in.
No, definitely not a requirement.
How do you get it?
You just submit online.
Yeah.
Yeah. They send out, I think it's like December or January.
I don't know when they send it. I think you don't automatically get a catalog unless you.
Well, if you Google at the right time to register,
Right.
like once you register, then you get the catalog. But
Right.
I think they open up the submission form in like December or January, and
Well,
it's
due
kind
by the end of
Yeah, and you're kind of flying blind at the beginning. Like my first year, I didn't know what I was doing because everything has its own internal code. And then they send you a little booklet of all the information. So I would say the second year is easier, but the first year is fun. You know, it's all fun.
And
But
you get free tickets,
yeah,
That's the best.
but you
Yeah.
have to follow the rules of entry, so
yeah,
pristine plain pot, you know, like
it's fun though.
covering of the, like no dirt allowed, yeah.
You'll have to look up the name of it. Of course, I mean, I did before, but now not.
But they have
It's
those.
just like unbelievable.
Fran, you should definitely submit. When I do it next year, I can tell you when I do it, and if we want to do it online.
But like, I won't move the rules.
Yeah,
Well, the problem is that sometimes when you move them,
Yeah, but I mean,
that's.
I just
Hi,
did it in
Lindsay.
the same spot. It got happy, it's happy there, so that's where you are.
yes.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Hi, y'all. It's good to see you. We have a few more people coming in, but take your time, get comfortable. We'll use all of the props this afternoon. So 2 blocks, a blanket, a strap, and then some therapy balls because I'd love to get some time to roll. And everything here is in the baskets. I can also bring stuff over to you as we start to get moving around. I feel alive. I was walking here just on Monroe, like the sun was coming out, and I was like, oh my gosh, it happened. I'm tired, but it happened. So congratulations, happy daylight savings to those that are, every 6 months I forget how to change the clock in my car because it's too technical for me, but we did it today, so I'm feeling accomplished. There's a few new faces, so just in case I didn't get to say hi to y'all, my name is Anisha. Thank you for coming. And the clipboard, there's always a sweet little clipboard here with all the workshops and announcement. It is a fresh sheet of paper. So the workshops, I'll share them after class, but the spring into early summer workshops are stacked, and there's a lot of great programming that's coming up if you have time outside of the public class schedule. All right, we'll get started. So last week, the first Monday class of March, I kind of deemed March as the month of which I'll be sharing stories of this deity that's been in the front of the studio for as long as I can remember. And, you know, if you've been coming to the studio for a while or if it's the first time, a common thing that you might hear us say is that there's no mirrors in the yoga studio for a specific reason. One, I joke, I'm like, it's liability because you kick up into handstand against a mirror and something weird can happen. It's never happened before. But the other reason is that the deities and all the mythological stories that are associated with the yoga practice, they become a mirror that you get to see different aspects of yourself. You start to see your own reflection. So again, if you've been practicing here for quite a while, you might have heard of some of these mythological stories many, many times before. They might be familiar, they might be brand new. But the very sweet thing about the mythological stories is that the more you hear them, you're always visiting them at different points in your life. So not just where you are today in 2026, but also you hear them from where you're seated in the room, what you're coming into the room with, and it provides a different context and understanding to different versions of yourself. So this deity is the deity of Shiva in one of his most famous poses. This pose itself, it's called the Ananda Tandava, and it is Ananda meaning bliss, Tandava meaning the dance, and it is the dance of ecstatic bliss and rage. One of the philosophy teachers that came in for teacher training this past fall said, bliss and rage are the 2 emotions that when you're feeling them, you don't feel anything else. Like when you are in true bliss, those moments, you're not feeling any of the other emotions on the spectrum. And when you are coated with rage, you are also not feeling anything else in the spectrum. So here, Shiva is in the middle of the dance of bliss and rage. And now he is known as the Lord of Destruction, the Lord of Transformation, and the Lord of Dissolution. So the story today I'm going to share with you is about kind of when he came to save the day. And I'm giving you the hopefully 1-minute version of this story that I could spend lifetimes telling you. So as the weeks and months go on, you'll get different tidbits of it. But in Sanskrit, this story is called the Samudra Manthan. Samudra meaning ocean, the Manthan meaning the churning. And so once upon a time, many, many years ago, there was... Is that this? Oh my God. Okay, the story has begun with the Spotify auto playlist of gongs. All right. Once upon a time, thousands of years ago, there was the goddess of beauty known as Lakshmi. And she said, I don't really want to do this anymore. Like, nothing on this earthly plane is satisfying me. So she disappeared. And when she disappeared, she kind of went into hiding. Everything came with her. So the story says the flowers no longer bloomed, the clouds never rained, the rivers stopped flowing, and everything that grew beauty stopped because she left. And those that were remaining said, no, we can't live like this anymore. We got to go find her. And so they realized they got a little tip that she had hidden herself in the bottom of the ocean of milk. Yeah, you have to suspend reality for a moment and just go with me. But she had gone all the way down into the bottom of this ocean of milk. And the people that were remaining, the gods and goddesses that were remaining, said, we got to go find her. And so long story short, they start to create this giant churning. Next week, I'll tell you a little bit more details. They put a mountain into the ocean. They wrap a snake around the mountain. The turtle god comes and holds the mountain on his back. And the gods and goddesses are playing tug of war on either side, creating this like whisk-like churning of the ocean, okay? Monday. They end up creating this whirlpool of energy. And as the milk begins to churn, things come out of the ocean that they've never seen before. There's animals they've never seen, there's jewels and beauty they've never seen before. And they get to the very bottom of the ocean, and they see Lakshmi sitting there being like, uh-oh, I think you found me, but fine. And next to her is this very toxic poison. In Sanskrit, it's called halahala. And the poison is there where when anyone, hi Emily, come on in, when anyone tries to come down, as soon as they get even near the poison, they lose their powers. They kind of disintegrate into thin air. And so they realize the only person who can come to save the day is Shiva. And Shiva arrives from the foothills of the mountains. He comes to the bottom of the ocean, and he says, I'm going to start to drink this poison. So he consumes it. He takes it, starts to digest it. And as he's starting to drink the poison, it's changing the color of his skin. He's starting to turn this deep cerulean blue. And now his beloved Parvati, the goddess of the household, she sees this happening. And one version of the story goes is she places her hand on his chest right here to prevent the poison from going down even further and destroying him completely. And so he transforms, if you ever see pictures of him, where it's just his throat is this bright blue after he's consumed the poison, and the rest of him is as regular as he can be. He wears a loincloth, his hair is the river. He's kind of a solitary person who he hangs around in cemeteries. You don't really see him in day-to-day, but he starts to look as normal as he can be. And then Lakshmi comes out, beauty is restored, the end. So why do I tell this story in a yoga class? One, again, you can think of this just kind of as a fairy tale to hear and listen to on a Monday and kind of suspend reality, if even for a moment. But each one of the qualities of these stories are parts of our own human condition. That ocean of milk in the story is thought to be a metaphor for the ocean of consciousness that each and every one of us possesses. And the ocean is never still. Like, consciousness is never still. There's 16,000 thoughts that go through your mind in a given day. And there's beauty, there's gems, there's things that you've never even noticed that come up and out. And there's also metaphorical poisons, that start to emerge. And the story of Shiva, it's a story, his whole metaphor is not ignoring or denying the realities of life, not turning away or saying someone else is going to take care of this, but he literally drinks this poison that nobody else can consume. So today, as we practice, we're moving towards a full series of similar poses. We're going to do the same rounds of poses over and over again, where that metaphorical ocean of consciousness starts to churn, and you get to see what arises as you move through round 1, 2, and 3 of the same series, and we'll see where he takes us. So all month dedicated to him. His birthday was a couple weeks ago, and we're rounding up. So when you're ready, let's begin in a comfortable seat, please, however that looks for you. You might begin Oh, that was only 4 minutes. Okay, we're getting quicker and quicker with the story. I'm trying. So go ahead and come to a comfortable seat, however that looks for you. You can definitely start fully lying down on the floor if you'd prefer. You might sit cross-legged or up on your knees. But as your hands fall either into your lap or onto the tops of your thighs, let your eyes soften or close so you can listen for your own breath. When you close your eyes, you turn in towards that darkness, that milky darkness that's generative and cooling and expansive. And it's here behind your own eyes where that ocean of consciousness resides. You might start to see gentle spots of light or flashes of color or any patterns or shapes that you've seen throughout your morning. And as you become more acquainted and familiar with the dark, can you listen for the thread of your breath, the part of you that connects every aspect of you together? Each inhale might move from your nose and down into your belly as it fills up into your chest. And as you exhale, the breath moves up and out through the very top of your head, so your head rests above your heart, and your heart might rest above your hips. Continue with a few more rounds on your own, each breath moving in and down, and every soft exhale moving up and out. Our time together will start with 3 more rounds of that same breath. So as you're ready, you can draw your hands to center where that might feel for you, perhaps on your body or in front of your heart in a moment of self-reverence. As you wait for your next inhale, let it fill you up completely. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. 2 more times on your own. At the bottom of your breath, pause for even a moment. Take notice of that difference that comes when you listen for and really remember your own breath. And as you keep a thread of that connection inward, let your hands release, softly blink your eyes open, and let's begin standing today at the top of your mat. In Tadasana, mountain pose, you might have your blocks framing out the top corners of your mat. Perhaps you use them as we begin to move around. And as you come to stand, let your feet be hip-width apart, let your toes point straight ahead, and find a softness in your knees, especially if they lock out. Now, being mindful of your neighbors around you, as you breathe in, reach your arms forward and up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, let your hands come down by your sides as you stay standing. Let's do that 3 more times. Breathe in as your arms reach up, maybe to the sides. And as you exhale, let your hands come down. 2 more times. Let the knees be soft. Breathe into your belly and up into your chest as you grow tall. And as you exhale, can you keep growing tall even as your arms come down? 1 more time. Wait for your inhale to reach up, touch the sky. And as you exhale, let your hands come down by your sides. This time on your inhale, take your time. Reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, soften your knees to fold, Uttanasana, bowing in. Your hands might be on blocks out in front of you. You might widen your feet an inch or 2 or soften your knees. But as your hands touch something solid, let your head be heavy here, bowing in towards yourself. A deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Now on your next inhale, come up halfway, hands to your blocks or shins as you reach your heart forward. And on your exhale, fold, once again, bowing in towards yourself. Let's do that twice more. Wait for the inhale to lengthen. Try to tone your belly to support the spine. And wait for the exhale as you fold in towards yourself. One more. Wait for the inhale. Lean more into the balls of your feet than rocking into your heels. And on your exhale, fold, bowing in. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Step your feet to the back of your mat to walk yourself back to downward facing dog. And now in your down dog, take a breath as you pedal your heels one at a time or soften and straighten your knees simultaneously to remember the full depth of your breath in through the nose and all the way out through your nose or mouth. Now on your next inhale, come forward to plank pose, the top of your push-up. You might have your knees lifted or lowered, but let your shoulders be right over your wrists. Now take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, we come to down dog. Soften your knees and stick your butt up and back to the wall behind you. Let's do that twice more. Follow your inhale to come through to plank. Reach the bottom of your chest forward. And exhale to soften the knees. Lead from your butt to take it back to down dog. Move almost like a wave. Big inhale brings you forward through to plank pose. And as you exhale, the knees soften as you stick your butt to the sky for down dog. Now pause in your down dog as you take a bigger breath in and a longer breath out. On your next inhale, come forward to plank pose just for a breath. And as you exhale, begin to bend your elbows to lower all the way down onto your belly. Do let your hands come as wide as your mat. Let your feet press into the ground. And for 3 rounds of cobra, inhale to lift up through the chest. Hug the shoulder blades together. And on your exhale, lower all the way back to your belly. Take 2 more. Slow breath in. These don't have to be your biggest cobras at all, but notice what your breath feels like. And exhale to lower, maybe reaching your forehead further forward. One more time, big breath in to come up for air, Bhujangasana. And on your exhale, lower all the way back to the ground. Curl your toes under. Press through your hands. On an inhale, rise for table or plank pose. And on your exhale, take it up and back to downward facing dog. These rounds, these waves, these sets of variations that we're taking, can you notice what it is that you feel with each and every breath? On your next inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Step your right foot through or around to catch your lunge. And as your hands come high up onto your blocks or fingertips on either side of your right foot, wiggle your left toes back an inch more. Now a couple more breaths. As you breathe in, lift the heart, grow long through the spine. And exhale to straighten your right knee as you fold and bow in. Twice more. Slow breath in brings you through to lunge. Grow long through the spine. And exhale to fold as you bow in. One more time. Take a long breath in. Breathe into your belly and chest. And exhale to fold as your front knee straightens. Now pause with that front leg straight. Lift your back heel, knee, and thigh higher away from the ground. Press through your left foot to wrap your left hip forward. Now on your inhale, press into your blocks to lift your chest. Come up halfway. And as your left hand stays connected, bring your right hand to your right hip. Wrap your right hip to the back of your mat. Shrug your right shoulder up and back. And from your belly, start to turn open to the right for this variation of revolved triangle. You might keep your hand on your hip. You might reach it up to the sky. But remember the breath, a deeper breath in and down. Stay for the exhale. Think right hip back. Press the big toe side edge of your right foot down as you lean back against yourself, breathing. On your next inhale, unwind, lower your right hand, bend your right knee, and step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal the right heel to the ground and then the left to notice the difference. And now for the second side, wait for the inhale to lift your left leg up and back. Step your left foot through or around to find your lunge. And with your hands up on your blocks or fingertips, squeegee the right toes back an inch more. Take a breath to lift your heart. Stay in that lunge and grow longer. And on your exhale, straighten your left knee as you fold in. Twice more with your breath, more than my voice. Big inhale through to your lunge. exhale to fold as that front knee straightens. One more, wait for the breath, reach the heart forward, and exhale to fold. The third time you straighten this front knee. Now with both of your legs straight, lift your back heel a drop higher up off the floor. Try to wrap your right hip to the front of your mat, tack your left hip back, and now press into your blocks to lift your chest. Come up halfway. With your right hand connected, bring your left hand to your left hip. And you can give yourself your own little assist here. Wrap your left butt cheek back. Shrug your left shoulder up and back, and from your belly, twist to the left. Stay with your hand where it is, reach it up to the sky, but remember your breath. A deeper breath in and down. Stay for the exhale. Think outer left hip back as you shrug the shoulder blades together and lean back. On your next inhale, unwind, lower your hands, bend your left knee and all the way back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels one at a time and notice any difference from one leg to the other. Now with those hands as wide as your mat, wait for the inhale to come through to plank pose. Wait for your exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Drink in your breath, Cobra Bhujangasana, shoulder blades kiss on the upper back. And exhale to take it up and back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, lift your heels, soften your knees, peek forward, and one foot at a time, start to walk your feet up towards your hands to come into your forward fold. As you inhale, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale to fold, bowing in towards yourself. Use your own fists and measure your feet about 2 fists width apart, relatively hip distance. And with your toes pointing straight ahead, bend your knees, sit your hips back, and slide your palms to your thighs for this round of chair pose. As your butt gets heavy to the back of your mat, can you slide your bottom ribs back to let the middle of your back widen? And now press into your legs to lift your chest away from the ground. Stay here for more support in the low back, or to add some heat, you might reach your arms to the sky. But remember the breath. Each breath moves in and down. Every exhale, the butt gets heavy as you lift your chest, even your gaze away from the floor. Now on your inhale, come all the way up to rise, reach up to touch the sky. And as you exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Keep your right foot forward, step your left foot all the way back to catch your lunge. Spin your back heel to the floor, and for warrior 2, on an inhale, rise, reaching your arms to a T to face the long edge of your mat. Good, let the right toes and the right knee point in the same direction. And now here, see if your shoulders can come over your hips. Instead of leaning forward, see if you can come more upright. Take a full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale, bend into your front thigh as you grow taller through the crown of your head. Now reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Bend your right elbow, pat yourself on the back, and let your left fingertips grab onto your right elbow. Think elbow high to the sky, and gently press your head back to lift your chin. Because every part of you is connected to something else. Sometimes the ribs want to move forward. Slide the ribs back as you press your head back. A bigger breath in. Stay for the exhale and bend 1 more inch into your front thigh. Now on an inhale, release your arms to a T. Press your front legs straight. And for Trikonasana, let your right hand come to a block on the outside of your right foot. So come to the outside of your right leg for this afternoon. Your left hand might stay on your hip. You might reach it up to the ceiling. But without moving your legs, hug your feet towards each other. Feel the inner thighs engage. And now think ribs back. Hug the shoulder blades together and slide the ears back so your head is over your heart. A big breath in. Stay for the exhale. Let's take a side stretch. Start to sweep your left arm towards the front of the room. Now, as the left fingertips reach towards the front of your mat, press through the left pinky side edge of your foot, reach out through the left waist, the hip, the shoulder, the fingers, and lean back against yourself. Good. On an inhale, look to the ground. Bend your right knee and all the hops you need to bring your left foot forward to meet your right, back into your forward fold. As you inhale, come up halfway to lengthen, grow long through the spine, and exhale to fold in towards yourself. For your second side, with your left foot forward, step your right foot back to find your lunge. Spin your right heel all the way down to the ground. And as you wait for the breath in, come up to rise, Virabhadrasana 2 on the second side. That's it, with the left toes and knees pointing ahead. Try to look away from the ground and remember your breath. Take a deeper breath in and down. As you exhale, bend into your front thigh as you grow taller through the crown of your head. Now the legs stay the same. As you breathe in, reach just your arms to the ceiling. Bend your left elbow, give yourself a pat on the back, and let the right fingertips hold on for Gomukhasana variation. Lift the left elbow up. Press your head back as you slide the ribs back. The ribs back as the head presses back, and breathe in and down. Stay for your exhale, bend into your front thigh. Guide your left knee open. On your next inhale, arms release. Press your left leg straight. And for Trikonasana, let your left hand come to a block on the outside of that left leg. Sometimes here especially, the knees love to lock. So find a tiny bend in your knees that you might not see, but you can clearly feel. And without moving your feet, can you energetically pull your legs together? Feel the inner thighs steady you. And as you keep that, press straight down into your left arm. Reach up through the right fingertips and lean back. Good. Wait for the breath as you begin to find that side stretch. Sweep your right fingertips forward to the front of the room, like someone's tugging you through the right fingertips, but you're resisting with that right foot. Press the pinky side edge of your right foot down. Reach out through the right waist. And as you turn your chest open to the right, maybe to the sky, breathe. Nice, y'all. Inhale to unwind. Lower your hands to the floor. Come on back to downward facing dog. A breath or two as you arrive, and notice what you feel from side to side. Now from your down dog, inhale through to plank pose. And on your exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, reach your arms alongside of you. Turn your palms down to face the floor. And a breath to rest on your chin or on your forehead to feel your legs back in space. Can you hug an imaginary block between your thighs? And now push your palms into the floor and hug the shoulder blades together. On your next inhale, start to lift your head, your chest, float your arms up off of the earth, and exhale to lift those legs up and away from the ground for locust pose, Shalabhasana. Try to close or soften your eyes and hear your own breath. As you breathe, you might even feel this churning of yourself. You breathe into the belly and the chest lifts. You exhale and the legs lift. You breathe into the belly and the heart lifts. You breathe into the legs and the legs lift one more inch. And on your exhale, release all the way down to the ground. You might make a pillow with your hands, rest on one side of your cheek or on a palm. Call yourself back to your breath. That churning is forever constant. That ocean of milk is consistently turning. But it's here as you consume, you digest, and you notice the shifts. Can you feel the consistency of your own breath guiding you through? After a few breaths here on the ground, bring your hands to either side of your chest, press up through to tabletop. And you can sit back onto your heels, sip some water, shake out anything you need to shake out as you take a breath. Let's spend a few moments on the knees, a couple thigh stretches. So as always, if you'd like a blanket to give yourself some padding, please feel free to find one. But from your tabletop, your hands might be on the floor or your hands might be up on blocks. But come into variation. Now look down your body, see if your right hip is right above the knee. Walk your right knee back another inch or two so your thigh is more diagonal to the floor. Now to come in for this thigh stretch, walk your hands one block or one hand at a time to the right. Peek over that right shoulder and begin to bend your right knee to lift your right foot up off the ground. Your right hand will reach around for the top of your right foot for this low lunge with a thigh stretch, Anjaneyasana. There's so much to do here as you press into your left hand to lift your chest. You might play with steadily walking your left hand back to the inside of your left foot. Or maybe you find some balance as your left hand climbs up onto your left thigh, or even reaches around to hug onto that right heel. But anywhere you find yourself, take a deeper breath in and down. Stay for the exhale. Can you lift your heart? Lift your gaze maybe away from the floor. As you bend into your front thigh, let it get heavier to the ground. Now slowly let your left hand touch first, then let go of your back foot, all the way back to tabletop onto your hands and your knees, and a breath or two here between sides to see what you're working with. Now for that second side, bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Since we set up from table, sometimes it means the left thigh is vertical. If it is, walk your knee back just an inch so it's more diagonal to the floor. And now your hands walk over to the left corner of your mat. Peek over your left shoulder, and as you bend your left knee, take your time to reach your left hand around for the top of the foot. And now thighs and hips and legs, as symmetrical as we like to think they are, can be very different. So it might feel more steady to stay here. Or you might experiment with any of the other variations we tried on side one, bringing your right hand to the inside of the foot, climbing it up onto the right thigh, or reaching your right hand around to hug the left heel towards your butt. But take a full breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Lift the bottom of your heart. Lift your gaze. And perhaps you bend one more inch into your front knee. On your inhale, release your right hand. Carefully let go of your back foot and step it all the way back to tabletop. And now from your table, stay here for a breath and do bring your hands down onto your sticky mat instead of blocks. Let your hands come as wide as your mat if they're not already. Stretch your right leg back behind you, curl the toes under, and swing your left foot over to the left so it's a kickstand. As you turn your right heel to the ground like you did in Warrior Two, climb your right hand up onto your hip or up to the ceiling. Good, that's it. Here, think bottom ribs back, hug the shoulder blades together, and can your ears come in line with your heart? Now on your breath, with steadiness, start to lift your right foot up off the ground. Flex your right foot, straighten your right knee, and imagine your right leg could grow 50 feet longer to kiss the wall behind you. Begin to slow motion, bend your right knee and kick your own butt cheek with your heel like you did in the thigh stretch. Stay here, or maybe your right hand reaches around for the top of the foot. Instead of pulling your thigh behind you, press your right thigh forward towards the brick wall, and then press your foot back into your hand, and let that point of resistance turn your belly and chest to the right, maybe even up to the sky for half bow, breathing. On your next inhale, slowly release your arm and your leg. Come back to table. Feel gravity underneath you as you remember the depth of your breath. Whew. Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay, this was round 2 out of 3. We're going to repeat this standing up. And so let's see how it happens on the second side. A few tips that I can give. Sometimes when I teach this pose, people will say, myself included, I'm feeling a lot of tension in this bottom hip. If you do, few things. You might not come to 90 degrees with this leg, maybe 45. And you might also bring this hand up onto a block to create more space in the hip. Yeah, so that's just if that bottom butt cheek is tightening up. Let's try the second side. So from your table, stretch your left leg back. Swing your right heel maybe 45 degrees or a little less over to the right. And as you pivot your left heel to the ground, for this variation of supported side plank, bring your left hand to your hip or up to the ceiling. Breathe here, in through the nose and all the way out through the nose or mouth. Now on your next inhale, begin to lift your left foot up off the ground. Try to flex the foot, straighten your knee, and lift your left inner thigh 1 more inch to the ceiling. Feel that outer left butt cheek engage. Now in slow motion, start to bend your left knee like you could kick your own butt cheek with your heel, and maybe your left hand reaches for the top of the foot. Think thigh forward towards the brick wall, that's it, or the flat wall. And then press your foot into your hand and let that action spin your chest open to the left, maybe even up to the sky as you breathe. On an inhale, release the hold of your arm and your leg. Come back to tabletop, beautiful. Everyone did that release exactly the same. It was like butterflies unfurling. So nice to see from up here. Let's meet in downward facing dog, please, as you lift your hips to the sky. Take a breath or two. Notice what you feel. All right, round 3 of that churning of the milk. On your inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot through or around to find your lunge. And as your back heel spins to the earth, wait for your breath to rise. Virabhadrasana 2, revisited. Good, remember the breath as you look away from the ground. A full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale, bend into your front thigh as you grow up and out through the crown of your head. Straighten your right knee. Take a big breath in to reach out through the fingertips. And for Trikonasana, let your right hand come to a block on the outside of your right foot. Whether your left hand is on your hip or up towards the ceiling, we were here before. Hug your feet together. Press down into your right hand, reach up through the left arm, and lean back against yourself, breathing. Now bring your left hand to your hip. Look to the floor for half moon. Slowly start to heel toe your left foot towards the front of your mat. And now walk your right hand with the block off of your mat onto the floorboard and slightly off to the right. And just like you did in table, as you lean into your right hand, lift your left foot up off the ground. You might look to the floor to steady you. But as you flex your left foot, straighten your left knee, reach back through your left heel and slide your chest forward for Ardha Chandrasana, breathing. And now in the slowest of motion, begin to bend your left knee, kick your own butt cheek with your heel. You might keep your left hand on your hip, or your left hand might reach around for the top of the foot. Instead of swinging the thigh back, press your left thigh forward. If you have a hold of the foot, push it into your hand and spin your chest open to the left, maybe to the sky. Ardha Chandra Chapasana, breathing. On your next inhale, release the hold of your leg. Step your left foot back to catch your lunge. Plant your palm, step your right foot back to meet it, and make your way back to downward facing dog. Yes, Marcy? You don't want it to turn in because that's what's going to create space in the hip. So you want to keep it Tadasana in the foot. And that you just go slow to get it there. Yeah, I know. I know. Should we try the other side? From that ocean of the churn, what starts to reveal itself? You might have found some jewels and gems early, and now might be the time of poison as we come to round 7 and 8 of these same series. But can your breath find its way through? Let's do the last side. On your inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Step it through or around to find your lunge. Spin your back heel to the floor, and on your inhale, rise. Virabhadrasana 2, side 2. Take a breath as you land. Feel your feet on the ground. Let your inhale move in and down. And as you exhale, grow taller through the crown of your head. Reach out through the fingertips and bend into your front thigh. Now straighten your left knee. Take a big breath in to reach out through those hands. And for Trikonasana, let your left hand tap your block on the outside of your left leg. Unlock the knees, especially if they tend to really lock easily. And now without moving them, hug your feet together. Feel the inner thighs steady you. Press straight down into your left hand. Reach up through the right fingertips and lean back, breathing. For Ardha Chandrasana, bring your right hand to your hip, look to the floor, and in slow motion, start to heel toe your right foot to the front of your mat. And now walk that left hand slightly further forward of your left foot and off to the left at an angle. And as you lean into your block, lift your right foot up off the floor. The right foot can be at any height, but can you feel it engaged? Flex the foot, straighten the knee, and now grow longer. Reach back through the right heel and slide your chest forward, breathing. Now in slow, slow, slow motion, bend your right knee, bring your heel towards your butt cheek. Stay right here, or as your right hand reaches for the top of the foot, take a breath. Press your right thigh forward to the brick wall, and then your foot into your hand, and it's that action that turns and churns your chest to the right, maybe to the sky as you breathe. Nice, Cosmo, beautiful. On an inhale, release the hold of your leg. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Plant your palms to step your left foot to the back of your mat to bring it back to downward facing dog. Now in your down dog, the choice is always yours. You can stay here and breathe. You can lower your knees to the floor and take your breaths closer to gravity, or your breath can take you through one of those linking vinyasas we've done together before. But anywhere you so choose to go, staying still or moving, can it be in reverence to your breath, slowing down each breath in and lengthening the full exhale out through every direction. As your next few breaths, there's no rush. You can lift your heels, soften your knees, walk your feet to the middle of your mat, walk your hands to the middle of your mat to meet yourself somewhere in the middle. Now you might have your strap close by. We'll take a shoulder stretch here, bowing in. I like to hold a strap between my hands at my low back. You might also interlace your fingers. It's up to you. But once your hands holding or not holding the strap come to your low back, bend your elbows, hug the shoulder blades together, and now begin to reach your arms off of your butt towards the ceiling. Unlock your knees, unlock your elbows, and as you gently tug your strap or your fingers away from each other, kiss the shoulder blades together on your upper back. A bigger breath in. Stay for your exhale, reach your arms overhead towards the front of the room as you bow in towards yourself, breathing. Nice, y'all. Slowly release your hands to your butt, ditch your strap to the side if you have it. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Step your feet all the way back to bring it back to down dog for a breath. And now from your down dog, do lower both knees down onto the ground into tabletop. From table, come to sit on your butt and take a breath. The milk has been churned. We now ride the waves to sleep. So let's do some counter poses and some hip openers. So once you're on your butt, bend your knees and bring both feet onto the floor. Let your hands come back behind you, and we'll take this in progressive steps, starting in seated figure 4. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and do your best here to flex that right foot to protect your right knee and ankle. Now gently press into your hands to lift your chest as you breathe. Take notice of the difference from one hip to the other. You can close your eyes and ignore every single thing I say next and stay here for the next few breaths. If you want to see anything different, you might scooch your butt closer towards that left heel to shorten the distance. But keep pressing into your hands to lift your chest, breathing. Again, ignore me completely, stay here. Or for Agni Stambhasana, you might walk your left foot over to the right and lower your left knee and shin down onto the ground. If you get here and you're like, Anisha, I don't want to do this, you come back to figure 4. If you come here and the knees are highly lifted, which they might be, you might bring a block or two underneath the knee to let the hip flexor soften. Yeah? But in Agni Stambhasana, fire log, see that the shins are stacked one on top of the other like logs you put into a fire. Flex through both feet. Press into the earth to lift your chest. There's so much to do sitting upright. Now completely optional as you might start to fold, imagining like your chin could hook over that top right shin. But take 3 deep breaths anywhere you are. A full breath in, down, and wide. Every exhale, keep trying to peel those right pinky toes back like your right foot is standing on the floor as you soften the jaw and shoulders. That's it. Wait for your inhale to come all the way back up. If you folded forward, you can lean back and start to uncross your legs as you lower both feet to the ground. And just being mindful of any props or neighbors around you, start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side as a counter pose. Good. Now after a few rounds, come back through center, that other hip to check out. Cross your left ankle over and go in the same stages, taking a few breaths in each variation. Flex through the left foot. Press into the earth to lift your chest as you breathe. Notice what it is that you feel and listen for the fullness of your breath. Stay right here. Again, you might scooch your hips towards that heel as you lift your heart up, breathing. And then completely optional is walking your bottom right foot over to the left to lower your right knee and shin down onto the ground. That bottom foot, if it's lowered, it tends to want to let the ankle soften. Try to press into the big toe ball mounds, like your feet are standing on the ground. Maybe a block comes underneath. As you press into the earth to lift your chest, breathe here. Completely optional, once again, is to hinge from your hips and fold over that leg as if your chin could cross and hook over that left knee. Nothing quite like seated hip openers to see what tidbits come out of that ocean of milky consciousness. Can you let your breath be steady and full? Try to imagine your inhale moving in and down, and your exhale emanates out through every fiber of your being. If you folded forward on your next inhale, slowly make your way back upright. Lean back to give you space to uncross your legs and bring your feet onto the ground. And one more time, windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Let's take one more seated pose before you come to lie on your back. So once your knees come back through center, straighten your legs out long in front of you. And now here you do a little self-assessment. I like to bring my hands to my low back, and if it feels like my low back is rounding back, which it always is, I like to sit up onto the edge of a blanket so that if you imagine your pelvis is like a bowl of water, the water's not sipping back, it's spilling slightly forward. Now for Janu Shirshasana, the head to knee poses, bend your left knee, bring your left foot to your right inner thigh, like you could make a 4 or a P shape. Now hands come to either side of you as you grow tall through the spine. Take a big breath in to lift your chest, and now stay as you exhale, start to turn your belly to the right, as if your belly button could cross over the right thigh. You can stay here the entire time. You are in a forward bend already, breathing. Or something different, you might reach your left arm up, taking a big breath in. And as you exhale, hinge from your hips, letting your left hand catch the outside of your right leg. So the outside of the right thigh, the calf, the ankle, or the foot. Your right hand might stay where it is. You might bring it more in line with your right calf. And as you press your right palm down and forward, anchor your butt cheeks down to the floor. Now every breath, reach your chest long to the front of the room. And every exhale, as you bend your left elbow to the left, let your belly turn to the right, as if your left cheek could lay on your right shin. 3 more breaths. Janu Shirshasana A. Every breath, grow longer through the spine. Every exhale, feel your belly turn from left to right as you bow in. Head to knee pose, breathing. That's it. If you folded forward on your next inhale, slowly come all the way back upright. Take a breath as you switch your legs, straighten your left knee, bend your right, and let your feet and thigh come to touch, almost like tree pose. Find some space with your hands to either side of you. Grow tall through the spine. A big breath in. Stay for your exhale and let your chest and belly turn to the left, as if you could turn over that left thigh. Do your best to flex your left foot. Dig your heel, your calf, and the back of your thigh down. Stay right here or reach your right arm up. A big breath in. And as you exhale from the hips, you hinge, catching above or below the knee. Your left hand can stay exactly where it is, or you might bring your left palm to come in line with your left thigh or your left calf. And it's almost this DJ action, not that I've ever done it before. You're pushing your left palm down and forward to anchor your butt to the ground. And you bend your right elbow to the right to turn your belly and chest to the left, bowing in. 3 more breaths. Every inhale, can you reach the chest and heart forward towards your left toes? And now as you create that space, then you twist and fold over and across your left thigh. Take 1 more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Imagine your belly button could go over and across your left leg. Now, if you folded forward on an inhale, come all the way back up to rise. Bend both knees, feel your feet flat on the floor. You'll take a little spin, come to lie onto your back so that your head is facing the front of the room. Your feet are to the back of the room. And before you get too comfortable, have your therapy balls and a block close by. And if anyone needs therapy balls or a block, I can bring some over to you once you're laying down. I'm coming. And come to lay all the way down onto the floor. Once you're on your back, bend your knees, bring your feet onto the ground. Stay here. Give your legs a hug in towards your belly or chest. You might make some small circles in one or the other direction. You might lean slowly from side to side. But we've done a lot of one-legged work on the right and left. See what it feels like. You're welcome. To have the right and left side of your body and front and back doing something similar, breathing. Now, after a few breaths, release the hold of your legs down to the earth. And some options for this afternoon. I'm going to talk you through therapy balls in the back of the skull, a place that helped us and supported with balance and steadiness. If you'd prefer to set up early for rest, I really invite you to do so. We'll meet you there very soon. But for those interested in the therapy balls in the back of your head, you can keep them in their tote or take them out. But lift your head gently up off the ground and pop those therapy balls to the very base of your skull. So not quite the curve of your neck, a little higher to the base of your skull. We all have those 2 bony points, your occipital lobes, that if it doesn't feel too tender, you can bring the therapy balls right onto those 2 points. It's where muscles in your neck and jaw connect as you breathe. You might stay holding on to them gently, but let your elbows drop off to the sides. Take a big breath in through the nose and open your mouth to let it out. At your own pace, begin to slowly nod your head yes, and gently nod your head no from side to side. Seeing what it feels like at the very base of the skull to even open and close the mouth and let your tongue release away from your upper palate. And now after a few breaths at the base of the skull, the next time your head comes through center, you might bring the therapy balls another few inches higher, more to the middle of your skull. If they're out of the tote, you might widen them slightly or keep them close together. But let your elbows touch down as you take a big breath in and open your mouth to let that breath out. And once again, you slowly begin to nod your head yes and gently nod your head no. And when you nod your head no to the right, you might make small circles when you're there. And same to the left, making small circles when you're there. At the very back of the skull that contains this entire ocean of consciousness. Can you take a few more breaths here, and when the time comes, release the therapy balls off to the side. Let the weight of your head drop to the ground, and take a breath into what you might not often see, but you can clearly feel. And now the next place to meet is in your pose of rest in Shavasana. Do let the therapy balls clear their way out as you come to lay in any shape or form onto the earth. You might be laying on your back. You might be curled over onto your side. You might also lay onto your belly. As you take all the time that you need to perhaps let your hair down or set your glasses to the side, or add or remove any props or layers, can you let yourself drape onto the altar of the earth? The ocean of milk churned. The river of consciousness remains. The ultimate pose of dissolution, of transformation, where each round of breath allows for the entire practice to dissolve and permeate its way into the layers and memory of your own body. Each breath lets you arrive to where you are now. And every round of breath that comes after creates room for the steadiness and beauty that has yet to come. So for these next few moments, in every round of your breath, let your entire body become heavier against the earth. And the heavier you continue to become, the more spacious you just might start to feel. begin to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a deeper breath out. Take another breath in and down so it fills you up completely. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. Let your breath begin to slowly awaken the body that you're in and the being that you are with any gentle movement that feels supportive to you. You might roll your wrists or your ankles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you gently tip your head from one side to the other, heavy against its support. Or being mindful of any props or neighbors around you, you might reach your arms away from your legs or draw your knees in towards your own chest. But when the time comes, bend both knees, feel your feet heavy on the ground as you reach one or both of your arms overhead and roll to any side of your choice to curl into yourself. A breath or two here against the steadiness of the floor. And now with the least amount of effort needed, push into the ground and come up to rise to a tall seat, similar to how we started. With your eyes either softly closed or open, can you return to your own breath, letting your next inhale move in and down so it fills you up, and an exhale that offers itself up and out in every direction of you. Our time together will finish with one more of those same breaths. As your hands come to center, where that feels for you, take a deep breath in to offer all of it out. You might bow your head to your heart or gently lift your hands towards your head in a gesture of such exquisite self-reverence, bowing to that ocean of consciousness within yourself and that of those who practiced right alongside next to you. And I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you for choosing to be here and be together. Thank you. Enjoy the spring. Drink water, take the allergy meds. I'll see you soon. We keep doing some Shiva stories for the next few weeks. And the quick announcement that I have, he was downstairs maybe when you guys were coming in, but Kai Seswell, who is a mixed martial artist and also just graduated from teacher training last year, sweetest being on earth, is offering the second round. He did it in the fall and it was so successful, of his series called Rooted and Ready. It is a self-defense seminar designed specifically for the yoga community. So he comes into it with a yogic mindset, a self-defense mindset, and that starts it's Monday nights on the 16th. So not next Monday, but the Monday afterwards. There's 4 sessions. You can pop into one, all, none, and ask him or anyone at the studio any questions. There's a sound bath on Sunday. If you like the therapy ball stuff, Mariel's doing a whole 75-minute class on March 22nd of self-massage. Yeah, and then I think that's it for me. Anyone else have announcements? Things in your lives, your worlds? Oh, thank you so much. You'll see me in a bikini made of ribbons tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. Thank you.
Thank you, Anisha.
Thank you. It is on 15th with Elizabeth Zach. Yeah. 6:30 to 7:30. Thank you. I'll see you soon, y'all. Take care. Thank you. Kale, do you have any announcements? I don't know. No. Do you do, besides workshops, events?
Oh, no,
No?
not currently.
Okay. I feel like Blue Stoop is always doing stuff.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should start doing
Yeah.
for that. I'll have to do research before I tell you.
Okay. Okay. No, there's no test and there's no wrong announcements.
You're ready.